right, it is Free Legal Advice Day once again, first Monday of the month. Attorney Dave Betras hanging out with us, answering your legal questions free of charge. We have the number down there at the bottom of your screen if you want to call in live during the segment. He's not happy with Jimmy right now.
Oh, I got to go back in the room with him.
It's getting warmer though this week.
He might come out a little bruised. I went fishing yesterday. The only thing I successfully did was lose my friend's $50 lure.
It's not a good day on the water. It's just not.
We went out. It got worse. It got cold. We were trolling. I said, I'm not having fun. Take me back.
All right. Well, maybe this will help perk you up a little bit with some questions from viewers. This one came from email. It says, I have a brand new car, 2024 vehicle, less than 3,000 miles on it. Recently involved in a fender bender, did not call the cops or make a police report initially. You're going to enjoy that one. Exchange insurances instead. The other person lied about the accident, claims it wasn't their fault. Their insurance company now denying liability. After obtaining evidence, police report, witness statement, and sharing it with both insurance companies, it's been crickets. So can they sue the other person for lying about the initial incident?
So I tell people this all the time, and this is a real thing. This is after 40 years of being in courtroom. Two people can witness the same thing and have divergent stories. So it'd be very hard for you to prove they're lying. What you are able to prove is their version of what they perceived is incorrect. And you could take them to small claims court, and their insurance company will come in and pay it. But it's a shame that someone had to go through all that work. And I always tell people, when you're in an accident, just a little fender bender, take a couple pictures, switch information, and if you take a couple pictures right there, it'll do it. But these traffic laws aren't as clear as everyone thinks they are sometimes. Now, almost, I'm going to go out on a limb here. 100%, you ram into the back of someone, yeah, you're at fault. You have to keep an assured, clear distance, which means you have to keep your car at such a pace behind a car that if they slam on their brakes, there's enough room for you to stop. So almost all rear-end accidents are caused by the person that hit the rear end of the other person.
There you go. We do have a caller on the line with a question. Go ahead with your question for Attorney Betras.
Hi. Somebody had left a piece of property at my house several years ago. I wasn't charging or anything for storing it, but this person has completely cut contact with me. And can I consider it abandoned, or do I have to send a certified letter?
No, I think, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New Springfield.
New Springfield, all right. I think you're okay. I think it's abandoned property. I don't think they're going to give you a hard time on that. How long has it been?
A couple years.
Yeah, I would just consider it abandoned. I wouldn't send them a certified letter, and if they come back, say, hey, I didn't hear from you from 2 years, you abandoned it, I took it, and see what happens, okay?
All right, very good. Thank you very much.
All right, this one came from Facebook this morning. It says, an antique non-running vehicle titled in PA under two names, co-owners, the mother and brother-in-law. The owner moved to Ohio and passed away without the car getting the car titled in Ohio. The will leaves the car to the person who sent the message, since they never had a change. There's no survivorship or TOD on the title. So how can we get this car titled to the brother-in-law, since this person says they can't keep the car, has the car in NC, North Carolina, I guess?
Yeah, why don't you ask me an easy question this morning?
Sorry about that.
You might want to check the North Carolina laws. You might want to go down to the BMV. But you might, if it was entitled in both their names and someone passed away, I'd have to see the title, but I don't think that person owns the car anymore. So you should be able to just go down and get a clean title. If you can't do that, see if North Carolina, since the car is, titled there, and try that. If that doesn't work, unfortunately, you're going to have to open up an limited estate, which is a pain in the neck. Get the car in it, get the car out of it, and go from there.
All right, there you go. Right. Hopefully it'll be easier, but there's a chance that it'll be some loops to jump.
I'll tell you what won't be easy is the pummeling I'm going to give Jimmy when I get back there.
Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun.
I mean, no, come on, people. Really, it's June 2nd, everyone. Really?
I know.
Did we have a spring? No, we didn't have a spring.
That's a fair point.
We didn't have a spring.
All right, he'll be back in about 20 minutes here to answer some more of your questions.
I'll answer your calls in the back room, so keep calling.
In the meantime, absolutely. And we'll be back with much more, talking about Shark Tank after the break. at 6:42. Attorney Dave Betras back for round number 2 with free legal advice on this first Monday of the month of June, which will eventually feel like June. We promise. He was busy.
I was so busy back there I couldn't beat up Jimmy, but it's June 2nd, Ohio. Okay, it's time to get warm now. We had no spring. It's allowed to get warm.
Yes.
We only get 3 months of warmth.
I know.
Okay, I'm done complaining.
This one came from email. It says, my cousin and her husband are both disabled, don't have a lot of money, so they drive an older car with just liability insurance. He can't walk, so he has a scooter that sits on a ramp base at the back of the car. Got rear-ended by a teenager, totaled the scooter. The insurance is saying it's about $5,000 to fix, but only wants to pay around $1,000. So they are asking if they can sue this teenage man because he did not have insurance on his car.
He did not have insurance.
Yes.
So he's not dealing. Yeah, he could sue him, but what are you going to get? They need your own insurance company has an obligation to deal with you in good faith. So it doesn't sound to me like their own insurance company is dealing with them in good faith. Now, if he could prove that the damage to the scooter is $1,000, and I know it seems unusual, an insurance company says it's not, that's where the disputes come in.
Yeah.
You just got to get more information to that insurance company because they have an obligation to deal with you in good faith.
All right. This one's also from email. This person has a chain link fence around their backyard. Recently, a lot of families have moved into their neighborhood with kids. The person says they don't care if the kids come into the backyard to get a ball that flies over the fence or something like that. What he doesn't want is them climbing the fence and falling and getting hurt. He doesn't want to eventually get sued because somebody got hurt because they climbed his fence. Does he need to put up a no trespassing sign or anything?
No one's going to sue him for someone climbing over his fence and falling. I mean, that's not his fault. If he's allowed to have a fence in his yard and a little boy climbs over it and falls, or a little girl, that's not on him. He could put no trespassing, but it reminds me of when I was a kid, we used to have a guy in the neighborhood, he'd kick a ball in his yard, he'd run out and get it. So, I mean, maybe you could put a sign up, hey, if you kick the ball in, call here and I'll get it for you or something, but I don't see him at all at fault for that.
Okay. Even though it's on his property, I feel like that's probably what people
everyone
think.
thinks just because someone slips and falls at a business, and I had 2 calls back there about it, or you fall at a friend's house, that it's their fault. You still have to prove that they did something to cause you to fall. Just because you slip and fall at a business does not mean it's the business's fault.
All right. Well, we have another neighborhood question. It says, can anything be done to curtail a neighbor who burns trash on a daily basis? This person has allergies and says that they have to stay inside their home and close all the windows. It's become a real nuisance to them for this neighbor burning trash.
I'd love to know where they live, but most outside trash burning has been banned. So I would call whatever governmental authorities there, the fire department, state fire marshal, things of that sort. You know, I tell people a lot of these things, you don't need a lawyer, you just need a squeaky wheel. So I'm almost sure that you have to get that. I don't think burning is allowed. I mean, like a little bonfire probably, but if you're regularly burning trash and stuff like that, I think they banned that, and so you might want to get a hold of the authorities.
There you go. So, anything else interesting while you were back there?
Yes. So if you buy a product from a new product, and just, you know, I felt bad. This woman bought a new product, and they said, well, it's out of warranty. And I said, well, they can't just wash their hands. It's every product you buy out of the box is new. It has implied warranties. They have express warranties and implied warranties. One of the implied warranties is it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, they can't say, well, we didn't warrant it. No, you sold it new. There's an implied warranty there. Take it back. I had another woman call me from a national company, and there was something in her cookie dough.
Okay.
And she says, what can I do? I called them. They didn't call me back. I says, I would get a hold of the CEO or customer service for these national companies. They have customer service. I mean, there's no case there, but you might get some free donuts or some free cookie dough or something like that.
Today, so
you got, yep, we didn't forget them. No, there they are. Didn't forget them, folks. Don't worry.
We're good.
Every Friday and the first Monday of every month. Like, I wonder who took that little bite there.
I think that was you this time.
Yeah, I think it was too.
All right, we got trivia coming.